right. Well, you guys, welcome back. If you are new here, we are the Habyt team. The Habyt is a nutrition coaching company made for women by women. Our program is built for you with coaches who put your goals, lifestyle, and personality first. If you want to learn more about us, head to the episode notes or go to thehabyt.com. That's Habyt with a Y to either request more information or book your free discovery call. Hi, and welcome back to the Habyt Pod. So this episode's going to be a little different. On a monthly basis, we coaches have a community call with all of our active members, and we pick a different topic every time. And with the seasons and holidays upon us, we wanted to make sure that we dove into all the different tips and tricks and strategies going into the holiday season so that you can feel confident in all of your choices and know that it is really only a couple of meals out of the grand scheme of things. So take a listen. It is a call with all of our active members, and there's lots of good tidbits in there. I know the main topic we wanted to really focus on is just the holidays, right? It's arguably one of the most anxious times, especially when you're in pursuit of your health goals. And so, Jen, do you have any specific questions maybe to kick it off?
I do, because I'll be upfront. I was a former binger.
Same.
I did like the therapy thing. I was kind of nervous to come on board with the habit, like just because I didn't want to like fall back into that. I know like with special events like this, and I'm working with Morgan. I kind of like, and I feel like I've done really well with like going away from like the all or nothing mentality. Like, let's eat everything we can, like, because tomorrow's a new day. And like, sometimes even on the weekends, like, it's crazy. I'm like, wait a minute, I didn't have any fiber. Like, you know what I mean? Um, I feel like in the holidays, I've kind of been like in that mentality. And like, how do you get away from that? Like, how do you track on the holidays? Like, like what's the best like workaround?
I would say for me, this is what I personally do. What a lot of my clients hear me say is one, remember that the actual holidays are like a couple of days. So like Thanksgiving truly is one day, Christmas, Christmas Eve, Christmas Day. So we're talking about like three true holidays that are in like a 2 month span. Now, of course, there's like parties and Friendsgivings and all the things, but I think if you are in a fat loss phase, you got to really, remember that and remember kind of what you signed up for in a way of thinking about fat loss, is a certain amount of sacrifice and saying yes to no to things that you're okay with. And I think, going into like the actual holidays, like Thanksgiving, for me, I'm not tracking Thanksgiving. I'm going to enjoy myself. And I think with you specifically, you're at a point too where you've done really well. We started to use calorie cycling, which has been a game changer. And so, like what is going to be good for protein, getting a veggie on your plate, being mindful, thinking about, okay, am I full now? Am I still hungry? Like those types of things. So I always say like lean towards mindfulness on the holidays. But don't track because honestly, they're meant to be fun. Enjoy your family time, enjoy not tracking, and then getting back to it once, the holidays are actually over and probably still, if you are in fat loss, tracking on those days that are like the party or the Friendsgiving or whatever, because those are the actual holidays. So that's kind of how I view it, but that's what I would say.
I always say, look, if tracking on the actual day of the holiday is going to stress you out, then don't do it. That's your answer right there, because you don't want to add extra stress onto your plate already. Pun intended. And like Morgan said, I feel like we tend to catastrophize, right, these next couple of months, because in the grand scheme of things, it's really only, I mean, if you count New Year's Eve too, let's count that, like 4 days, right? But it's all the social events in between. And just because there's going to be more social events, kind of squeezed together in 2 months, you don't want to neglect the fact that you know how to navigate other social situations, even you just going out to dinner with your girlfriends, right? Or going out to dinner with your family. You know how to navigate those. And so treat it the same, but also because there's going to be more events, I always say slow down in the moment and really think, is it worth it or is it not? How am I going to think or how am I going to feel in 30 minutes? How am I going to feel in an hour? how am I going to feel the next day? And if you already know there's going to be guilt and shame, then that's your answer and it's not worth it. And so you have to think about, it's forward thinking rather than being so caught up in the moment, right? Um, and then of course, like small little tips, right? If you're at a potluck, don't go grazing and like picking, plate your food. Take a photo of it, log it later if you want to, just so you can have a better understanding of what you are putting into your body and just being basically as methodical as possible without having to track if you do choose that, obviously, going into that.
Mm-hmm.
And then
Makes
thinking
sense.
of like long term too. So if okay, right now, like say you just joined a habit or whatever, and like this is your deficit, like you're in a deficit right now. And unfortunately, that is now it's in the holidays. But if you're doing this long term, the goal would probably be to not end up in a deficit in the dead of summer and in the dead of the holidays. You try to work around that so that way you're in maintenance in the summer and you're in maintenance in the holidays and you can relax a little bit more during those times of the year. So if it is like you're in a deficit right now, then okay, this is a temporary sacrifice. It is not going to be forever. This is not your life forever. It's just right now. Like you can do this for a couple months. And also it's just if it's 4 days. We're saying it's 4 days. Like it is not going to make or break you. And something I always tell my clients is like if you were to eat perfectly for those 4 days and hit your water and your steps and your exercise, would you be at your end goal at the end of those 4 days? No. So if you
I
eat
like
light enough for
that.
4 days, you're not going to go back to square one. Like it just as it won't get you to the end result, it's not going to move you backwards to day one.
So
I like that reframe. That's a good one, Carla.
Yeah.
Yes.
makes a reference.
And that's not to say though, by the way, like I know everyone's life looks different during the holidays. Some of us travel a lot. And if that is the case and you're like, shoot, I don't want to be in a deficit right now, there is a thing called a diet break. And that is something you can bring up to your coach and be like, maybe this is the route I should take. And a diet break is 2 to 4 weeks. It doesn't have to mean you're in full blown maintenance or you're going to stay there. It's to give you a little bit more flexibility during the holidays, depending on where you're at, in your journey. And if you think that's going to be the most feasible option for you, then take it. And honestly, your body's never going to hate you for going in a diet break. It will always thank you going into one. And honestly, it is ultimately what allows sustainability, being in a deficit for a long time, kind of cycling through those so that you are mentally and physically ready to get back right into a deficit thereafter. So that's always a solution as well if you're thinking about you and your individual kind of traditions and things around the holidays.
That definitely makes sense.
What are you thinking in terms of
Well,
plan of
right now, I'm in week 11.
attack?
So I know I was trying to figure it out. So I don't even know if I'll be in a deficit because I think by then, how long can you stay in a deficit for?
Depends on the person, in the situation and all of that.
Yeah.
But by Christmas, that's definitely a good enough time to be in a diet break for sure for
Okay.
you. Yeah, we can kind
Yep.
of see about that. Thanksgiving, that's like in 3 weeks now, but
That's one day you know what? It's honestly like one meal because
Yeah.
I'll eat breakfast like normal. I'll have lunch like normal. And it'll be like one meal. And then in the morning, I'm going to get up, do a workout, and do this, go back to my normal. Like, I'm still going to drink my water. I'm still going to get my steps in. Like, it's not. So it's one meal. So,
Yeah.
that's a great point too. Most of these are one meal situations.
Mm-hmm.
So your breakfast can still be normal, depending on when you eat your Thanksgiving meal. Another meal can still be your norm and where you focus on your protein and your fiber and go for a walk still and all of that. So that's a great point.
And Thanksgiving's pretty protein forward, quite honestly. I mean,
It's great.
turkey, ham, all the things. And I always say, like, for me, for instance, I only eat stuffing once a year. Like I'm not around stuffing much, right? And I love stuffing, so I know I will be eating stuffing that day. And
my
if that is a non-negotiable, right? Because for me, I'm like, this is once a year. Heck yes, I want it. So I'm gonna make sure that my protein and lunch are a little bit lighter on the carbs so that I can save for, that stuffing because I know for a fact that that's something that's gonna be on my plate. And so kind of, finding that balance as well of the things that okay, this only happens once a year and these are my non-negotiables for the day. I truly enjoy them. Yes, it's worth it for me. Then there you go. And then you just plan your day accordingly, like ahead of time.
Yeah. No, it's
Speaking of non-negotiables, oh, go ahead.
it's just amazing. Like when you like, I feel so much better than I did like 2.5 months ago. I can't even like stress it. Like
Oh,
I remember like being on my first call and my first check-in with Morgan, and like I couldn't stand like the way my clothes fit, and like, and it's not like I've lost like drastic weight.
Yeah.
I've lost, I think, like maybe 6 pounds about. I've lost like maybe like 5.5, 6 inches, but like just like my composition has changed. And now I'm like, I don't want to throw all that away. Like I don't want to feel like disgustingly overstuffed.
Mhm.
Like
And the
like Arnie,
confidence you've built in yourself when you allow yourself to actually reach your goals and like dedicate yourself
Yep.
to something, you're building that self-confidence. So even if you didn't lose 30 pounds, whatever, like some huge amount of number, like you're also gaining that confidence in yourself on top of the inches you've lost and
Yeah.
the pounds that you've lost. So you like it radiates once you start to realize like I can do this.
Mhm.
yeah, it's amazing. And I give you all props. Like you guys are all great.
And speaking of like non-negotiables, I like telling all my clients to have travel non-negotiables, holiday non-negotiables, and your daily non-negotiables. So then because again, like every kind of situation is different. So that makes things a little bit easier too, because when you're traveling and during the holidays, some things might have to shift than your daily. So having like kind of that and set your intention high and mighty first thing, you'll be fine. Another thing that I like to do with my clients that are on a deficit during holidays is giving them an idea of what their maintenance can look like. So they're like, even on those days, one day where they can eat at maintenance, their weekly average, they're still going to be in a deficit, even that one day. So that's another way of kind of looking at it as well.
That's actually something I wanted to talk about. I don't know if I've mentioned it before, but that piggybacks off of what I call the piggy bank method. Do you guys know what I'm talking about? So this could be really used. Typically, if it's only like one day out of the entire week, it's not as necessary. This is going to be more if like you will be going to events multiple times a day or you're out of your routine multiple times a day. What I teach my clients is so basically your total calories per day. Let's say it's 1700. Well, then you're going to multiply that by 7. That is your total calorie piggy bank in a week. So now, as you go day by day, let's say, okay, you hit 1600, you hit 1900, keep subtracting from your total piggy bank so that you get an idea of like, okay, this is how much I really can allot myself for the next couple of days. And at the end of the week, if you stay within your total calories, you remained in your deficit by average. And that's another method you can do. And I've had a lot of clients do it, like especially traveling, because they're like, I mean, traveling, some days you do undereat and then other days you overeat. And so it's just a really good way to not like binge and restrict and get in that cycle, but look at it as a whole week picture rather than just a day by day. So that could be another really, really useful one. Maybe not for Thanksgiving, but I know around Christmas, there's multiple days where I will be, oh, did you see that little heart? I didn't.
Yeah.
Um, so yeah, I would just say like that could be a really, really good method if you are very apprehensive about being out of your routine for multiple days. So
yeah, for sure.
I'm guessing that's kind of what you're meant for Lane. I just like to call it the piggy bank.
Yeah, no, I do that too with certain clients that need it. And like you said, like I think the holidays or not the holidays, like vacation in itself, it's like your caloric intake is so just kind of up and down.
All over.
Like you're not, yeah. And you're not going to just sit there on vacation trying to figure out your macros either. It's like, no, girl, no. So,
Exactly. Yeah.
yeah.
So on that note too, it's less about macros. It's more just about total calories. Because at the end of the day, as long as you stay in a deficit, that's the only way to lose weight, lose fat. The macros come into play in terms of body composition. But if you're giving that up for a week, a few days, it's not that big idea.
Yeah.
It's really not. I always tell my clients too, like especially clients who have struggled with the holidays in the past where they just always get into that vicious cycle of gaining all their weight back and then they start fresh on New Year's. I'm like, okay, how about instead of trying to continue to see progress or results, we maintain over this next month? Because to me, maintenance, like maintaining your weight, even if, okay, who cares you're not seeing progress? Because that's progress from last year,
Yep.
right? You're not gaining anything back. So that's another perspective and mindset to really shift to is like, shoot, if I don't gain anything this way or these next couple of months, then heck yeah, you're already starting in front of so many people who are doing that whole New Year's new me thing.
Yeah.
I mean, yes, it's great to have goals. And I don't mean to roll my eyes, but it's that vicious cycle. Like, come on. And so how awesome is it going to feel that you get to start off on New Year's Day being ahead of that crowd, basically? So that's another way.
Maintenance alone is also progress. Like, not a lot of people can
Most people don't do it.
confidently say that I know what my maintenance is, and I've actually felt what maintenance is. It's not something that just happens.
Mhm. Absolutely.
More scary than a deficit is now because people are so used to trying to lose weight that
Yes.
now maintenance is the hard part.
Mhm.
Yeah. Oh, 100%.
Absolutely. I'm like, I love maintenance.
I love maintenance and breastfeeding.
Oh, yeah.
That's what I tell all my clients when they're about to do maintenance. I'm like, trust me, you're gonna love it. It's great. I can only say so many great things about it, but I've never had anyone.
You have to experience it. Yeah.
But it's so great.
It is.
So
Yeah.
it's the best.
But does anybody have like for Thanksgiving, like it starts for breakfast? Like, does that like a situation for any of y'all where it's like cinnamon rolls are a normal thing for Thanksgiving breakfast, and then it just like the whole day is just treats?
I was gonna say, I would say that's for me for Christmas Day with my family. It's probably the only holiday we've ever had a standing tradition, and it starts with making a big breakfast spread. And yes, there's bacon and pancakes, and my dad makes the best pancakes in the world. My brothers eat like 20. It's disgusting, but like they could do that. Like I don't know how they can fit all that food in, but it never ends. Then we have like a Christmas lunch with the rest of my family. And then of course, like we're still gonna eat dinner. And so it's a lot. And so that is where, again, I look at each meal. I'm like, okay, what is most important? Out of those 3 meals, breakfast is arguably my favorite moment with my family. That's the meal that I'm going to still get my protein in because there's plenty of protein options, but I'm going to have however much bacon I want, however much pancakes I want with butter and syrup and all the things. We make we make banana bread, zucchini bread. I mean, you name it. It's like my mouth is watering right now. But so that's the meal that I'm gonna really set aside everything for. And lunch and dinner, I could very easily make that protein and fat heavy and save the carbs for breakfast. And so looking at it like as a full picture like that as well.
I think another thing that we could talk about is like people having multiple like Christmases, multiple Thanksgivings
Mhm.
at your spouse's side and then your side maybe and all of that. But
Mhm.
that's kind of difficult because me and my husband, like our families kind of live fairly close. And so we're like going to all sorts of different Thanksgivings and Christmases trying to see everybody. But luckily our families kind of do the same traditions, like same type of like Thanksgiving meal or like same time and then same kind of like Christmas meal, that kind of thing too. So it makes it easy for
When you guys first, started dating, did you ever feel like when you went to his side, or when you're first married, whatever it might be, and you guys started like crisscrossing traditions, did you ever feel obligated to eat everything that they're serving you? Because I know that pops up, right? Like you feel guilty and you're like, oh, but I don't want to offend my, mother-in-law, whatever it is. Did that ever happen? And if so, how did you kind of navigate it?
yeah. I think there's a little bit of that, but I would always try to like at least try it and just like get a small portion. And so like really just be cognizant of your portion size. It's not just getting a ton of everything and then feeling like you have to like finish your plate or whatever, or she'll be upset. But yeah, that's kind of how I did it, was just like trying things and being like, that is super good, but like I'm getting full or whatever. And that kind of was an easy way to just be like, I'm good, I've had enough. And that is honestly the truth too. It wasn't ever like lying about that, just because like with all of the foods, whenever you're having turkey and I love like stuffing and then the broccoli and like rice and cheese casserole or whatever. So I'm getting like fiber and protein. And so having those other like desserts and stuff like that, I'm literally eating like bites of it because I'm starting to get so full. So it's kind of one of those things that was never really uncomfortable to be like, I'm like really full. I'll try a bite, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
That was how it was for me.
I would say for that, it's plating everything, letting, them see like, hey, look, it's on my plate. But when you sit down to eat your plate, you prioritize your protein first. And then, you do get to that point where you're like, okay, I'm physically so full already. I'll take a bite to appease her. And I'm sure that will be good enough kind of thing, So, but I know that happens often. So I didn't, yeah.
I have a super cool mother-in-law too, so she wouldn't be upset.
Arlene, do you have any questions? Nope.
No.
What are your holiday traditions, Arlene? Do you have any?
Am I muted or can you hear me?
We can hear you.
Okay. Well, my family growing up would get up in the morning and have hot Dr. Pepper.
Oh.
You heat the Dr. Pepper and on stove with my mom and dad didn't drink coffee, so this was their thing. And you heat it on the stove with and float a lemon slice in the glass when you in the mug when you drink it, and it's really tasty. I still do it to this day, although I use diet Dr. Pepper, the Dr. Pepper Zero nowadays. But yeah, and then
Never heard of it.
I know, me either.
I've never heard of it either. Yeah.
So funny.
I saw on YouTube, Dick Clark was really pushing it back in the 1960 something. So that's probably where my parents got the idea.
There it is. That's so funny.
And is that, you said that's like their coffee fix, basically?
Yeah. Instead of coffee, that's what they would drink in the morning and we would have cinnamon rolls or coffee cake. And then the kids, we got to get into our Christmas stockings before that was the only thing we could unwrap before our parents got up. So we would get into our stockings and start eating our Hershey's Kisses and the stuff too. So we were all sugared up before breakfast.
It is so funny from the opposite side, like as a mom now, of understanding why like you let your kids open the stockings. It's like, please just let me sleep.
Yeah.
Give me a sec. Yeah.
Like you worked hard to wrap those presents.
Yeah. Work hard being Santa all night.
Carly, do you do Elf on the Shelf?
We don't, and I don't want to start it because
It's so much work. That's so much work. Yeah.
It's really cute, right? My husband's best friend, his wife does it, and she is like all out with it and does like these super cute stuff. Like I don't have the time for it. I don't know how she does it. Do you do it, Fairlane?
No, we did last year. We did books from Santa, so that's her advent calendar.
Oh, cool.
She'll open up a book or a present, but it's always a book that we just got from like Half Books Price Store. I probably shouldn't be saying that out loud, but I don't think we're doing it this year. We're doing something else this year, but it's some sort of like an advent calendar. But no, I'm not doing that. No.
Wait, is Elf on the Shelf like a big,
Yeah.
like,
That's like a thing.
Have you
The
heard
kid
of it?
thing.
well, yeah, but I didn't know it was like, I thought you just put an elf on the shelf and that.
Oh, people are like going
Goes to
all out on
Miami
these
every
things.
night.
Okay,
Yeah.
what does it entail? I'm out of
Like the elf is like alive. It came from the North
It
Pole.
does things.
And like for my nieces and nephews, I think they all have their own elf. So there's 4 of those kids.
Oh my God.
4 elves, I think. And so they have to move them around and they're always getting into like mischief. So they'll be like in the bathroom and all the toilet paper is pulled off the toilet paper roll and they'll like write a little note and it's like a riddle usually about like why they did it. And the kids like can't touch it because then Santa will see and the elf gets in trouble, something like that. but it's crazy. And you do it all of December, I think.
Yeah.
Well, for the 25, yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
25 days.
I told Chris.
So like the toilet paper thing, not only are you having to set that up, now you're having to clean it.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
I already have plenty
Okay.
of messes with my kids. I'm good.
Yeah. It's crazy.
Oh my God, that's so funny. I mean, clearly my parents did not do that for me, so I had no idea.
Not like it's around back in my day.
Yeah.
No, I think it's fairly new. I think
Yeah,
it's
I
like
think so.
last 20 years or so that they've come out.
Got it.
I remember seeing it like the first couple of years it was in Barnes and Noble. I'm like, what is this?
And now people are obsessed with it.
Now I see people on Instagram where their elf has like made a mess in the kitchen making cookies, or it's like, oh my gosh.
Or it's like in the toilet or something.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
When I'm a mom one day, I probably will not do that either. So I get it.
This is not holiday related, but I do have a question. Did anybody try the Starbucks protein drinks?
Oh, we did talk about that.
I didn't like the one I tried. I tried the low fat vanilla one, and I'm sugar free, and I'm like, no, I haven't tried any of the other ones.
What didn't you like about it? Like, didn't it?
I don't know if it was the flavor or the texture. There was something that just, and plus I'm on a GLP-1, and sometimes I order the coffee because it sounds really good and I want it, and then I drink a couple sips and I don't want it anymore. So
You need that Dr. Pepper. You need that hot dog.
Put some protein in that one.
This just doesn't hit like my hot Dr. Pepper.
I do know Kaylee, she's a previous client of mine. She tried it and she was like, it's just not worth the calories because the drink is still like, I think almost 300 calories and you get like 10 to 15 grams of protein and that's it.
Oh.
You can make one
Yeah.
at home much cheaper. Like,
And with more
And
protein.
get more protein.
All labeling now. Oh,
Yeah.
high protein. Okay, 10 grams of protein in a 300 calorie drink is not a lot.
There's
That's not.
high protein Pop Tarts and I'm like,
Yeah.
this
Popcorn.
really just added a little bit of protein to it and it's now 350 calories.
Yeah.
excellent.
I've posted a couple of high protein things, but I've actually looked at it. Like, did you guys see the mac and cheese one from I forget
Was it
but it was like a little cup of it.
was that the legendary?
Yes, yeah. And it's like 32 grams of protein. I was like, okay.
I actually have
Because they have like the Pop Tarts and they have the donuts. And the donuts are better than the Pop Tarts.
Yeah, I tried their Pop Tarts.
You have to warm them up just right, and it's not a Pop Tart. If you put the donuts, like every once in a while, because I try to like avoid all like the processed protein. I've been really good. I will put it like on top, like I'll take like one of the donuts and I'll put it like on top of like yogurt just for like an add-in.
Yeah.
And that's good.
Mhm.
But if
Yeah.
you're gonna eat like a donut, you might as well just eat a donut.
The real donut.
The real thing.
Yeah, exactly. I attest.
Protein shake and eat the donut. That's my
Yeah.
life, basically.
Yeah.
But yes, don't let false advertising fool you. Everything is high protein now, but you really
Mhm.
got to actually look at the label and see. But going back to the Starbucks thing, I was wondering what they even put, like, what are they using for the protein?
Protein.
Because I
Did
have a
you look
latte.
into that? Like,
Yeah, like today I got a latte and I just literally got it with 2% milk because I needed fats. And it had like 12 grams of protein. It was just literally milk and espresso. So
got it.
Maybe they're just literally adding more milk. And that's where the
Yeah.
coming from. But it's not like because it's adding so many more calories still. Because I could drink a calorie drink. That's
I think it's some kind of protein powder, but I don't know what kind of. I don't know.
It's-
I have-
AI, when you Google it, says it's whey protein isolate.
Well, that's another issue too. A lot of people are sensitive to whey. I'm sensitive to whey. Like, that would not be good on my stomach. Caffeine and whey, it would be a bad combination.
The protein content of Starbucks protein drinks can vary depending on size and type, but typically ranges from 12 to 36.
30. I would love to see what that.
Venti, and then look
Yeah.
at the calories.
800 calories. Yeah.
It's gonna be like 600 calories probably.
Yeah,
Mhm.
they get you every time. Kind of going back to the holiday.
Really got it.
Well, I was thinking about this just to like kind of one validate, the stress and anxiety that comes around it. Yes, all of us coaches have been there. We're not necessarily in that place anymore, but do any of you guys have like a past story of like what you used to do when you weren't in quite in a good relationship with food yet? And, what did you do kind of over the holidays?
I thought it was a free for all. Like I really did. Just like eat whatever you want, and not like even to a point where you're not even listening to what your body is telling you because it's just like it was just there, and it felt like it was almost like everyone else is doing it kind of thing that we're just gonna keep seconds, thirds, fourth when you don't even know what you're picking.
Yeah.
But yeah, like it's completely different now. Like the holidays for us, especially because we don't really have family here, it's very simple, and we like doing tacos for Thanksgiving. Like we don't do traditional food at all, so it's just like a regular day,
Mhm.
which is so different.
I've had that same experience, like a free for all to the point of like being
Yeah,
feeling sick.
it's sick,
Mhm.
sick.
Yeah.
Yeah, and all you sit on the couch afterwards, like
Yeah.
no type of movement
No.
talked about at all.
Mhm.
I mean, it like brings me back to my bodybuilding days because when you look at bodybuilding or like bodybuilders, like bikini and stuff like that, you're thinking like, oh man, I want to look like that. That is the picture of health. And
Yeah.
it is so not.
Not
I think back to my relationship with food and how my family even perceived it. Like they're like, I am so happy you don't do that to yourself anymore because I would eat and like restrict myself so bad to where it was like chicken or tilapia, like asparagus, green beans, broccoli, and white rice. And it was like, did I eat anything else besides that? No. So then whenever the holidays came around or any opportunity presented itself, I would eat to the point where like I felt like absolute garbage. And like it wasn't just going back for seconds, it was every single dessert. It was what and I was
Yeah,
be
eat
so
everything.
uncomfortable. And then as soon as I felt comfortable again, oh, I
Go
go back
back.
and have some more. And you go back from I'm like, it's this endless cycle, like just feeling like garbage. So yeah, it was definitely a big struggle. So it's nice to actually feel like, okay, you know what? I don't even like pumpkin pie. I'm not gonna have it.
Totally.
Like,
Exactly. I would say, I mean, of course, I've done that a million times. I would say, though, my biggest thing that I used to do was avoidance. I actually would prolong me like going home for the holidays because I quite literally was avoiding those situations because I knew I had no control. I knew the shame that was coming. I knew you know, when I was, overweight, like I had watchful eyes on me. I know my mom loves me. She just didn't know how to show it very well. And so like I could just, I had so much anxiety. I'd rather choose not to even go home. So now I go home for like an entire week. Back then, I would be like, nope, I'm only going home for 2 days. That's all I can handle. I'm so anxious. Like, I don't even want to be in this situation. But that's only putting a band aid over it, right? Like, you've got to actually learn how to navigate those situations. And obviously, that came with time. But I just look back and like whenever I had to be pulled out of my routine and control over my foods, I also caught myself being really moody, really irritable. I would be set off like that. I mean, there were my family hated me at one point because I was just such a brat, but it was what was going on in my head. I was blaming them for putting me in this situation, right? For losing control, for gaining weight when it was me. And that's what happens when you avoid, you deflect and you put the blame on someone else. And I look back and I'm like, oh my God, like I'm excited to go home now. And I used to dread it. I mean, there were definitely times where I lied, like, oh, I'm deathly sick. I can't come home. I'm sorry. Like, that's horrible to get to that point. I know. And that's the point I was in. And so it took many, like, I had to navigate it many times. I binge sometimes. I didn't binge other times. And
probably ate in secret too.
yep, everyone would go to bed. I would go in the kitchen. I would eat. Yep, absolutely. And
And it's like you have to eat it fast too because you don't want anyone to see you.
yep,
And then you're not even actually like enjoying it. It's just not like
Literally just going in your
yeah.
mouth. Yeah.
You're just like in autopilot at that point. And so, and this is what I tell my clients, like that, especially the ones who are really working on emotional and binge eating, I'm like, it's going to take a lot of practice and repetition. And I'm here to tell you, you absolutely will leave a situation having binged again. It's not going to magically stop. But after so many freaking times, you truly do get that aha moment in your head. And it's like, why the heck am I? And sorry if you guys care about cursing, but I want to say, why the fuck am I doing this to myself? Over and over and over again. And you kind of just like, you have that aha moment of like, okay, like I know, and that's what I'm saying, like, slow down. How am I going to feel in 30 minutes and an hour, my next day? And when I taught myself how to kind of live in the moment rather than, really just going on autopilot, that's kind of when it just like clicked. But I mean, it took years, absolutely. But I think that's like probably one of my most proud things. I look back of how I used to like be, and now like my family's like, "You're such a joy to be around now." And I'm like, "Yeah, I know.
Like you again.
That's way behind me." But yeah. And
Yeah.
so we're here to tell you it is absolutely possible, but you can't avoid. You just cannot avoid. You got to do it.
Takes a lot of time and practice and trial and error, like you said too.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Rewiring your brain, reconditioning your brain.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, it takes time.
yeah.
One thing I used to do, I would like before Thanksgiving, I specifically remember this. I would go to the gym and I would do like sprints, like hit sprints on the treadmill before Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
Like 2 or 3 years I did this because I was like, oh, I'm getting ready for like the big meal, and having to just really earn it in a way.
Yep.
And please
Earn it.
don't
Yep.
do that.
I've
Don't do that. That's
Oh,
also
absolutely.
I had those phase. Yep, for sure.
Oh, totally. Or like, okay, nowadays, my my family and I, we all love to like work out together when we're all home, but Christmas Day is absolutely like, we're like, absolutely not. And that was so hard for me to accept over so many years. I'm like, no, what? I gotta go work out because I'm gonna eat X, Y, and Z. And now it is so cool to be able, we all go like on a family walk, and like walk our dogs, and that's totally healthy to do. I'm not saying you have to be completely sedentary the whole day, but now I'm like so content with just doing that and just being like totally okay. And that's also very freeing, like feeling too, to know that it's just one day and steps are more powerful than you think. So,
Mm-hmm.
but the whole concept of earning your food, right? Like that's like one of the worst things you could probably say.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
that's teaching people like you have to burn calories in order to eat. And
You're
so,
literally never gonna burn enough calories anyways.
no,
Yeah.
not at all. Yeah.
Or
But
just like hanging around your
people don't get that. And I will say, I am a group fitness coach here in San Diego, and I've been a group fitness coach for like 10 plus years. Just, I love it. And I catch coaches saying that over the holidays. And I'm like,
Yep.
oh, it's like,
No.
I know. No, actually, I have had a private conversation with them, to be like, it's not like, because most people may not even notice that they're saying that or it's a fleeting comment, but other people can get so triggered by that.
Triggered. Yeah.
Absolutely. I actually did have a girl who's asked, she struggled with an eating disorder, and it was so triggering. And so like just it's just an example of like kind of the ignorance in the,
Nutrition.
yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely.
Oh yeah.
It is. So you guys are in the right spot. Promise.
got you.
For me, I would normally just go crazy on Thanksgiving and then take the leftovers home and then eat those for Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and kind of continue my feast.
That is that's one thing I wanted. I made it. Thank you. Donna, you just reminded me. Don't take leftovers home. Don't like if you
Turkey. Take the turkey.
oh
Unless it's turkey breast. Yeah.
yes. I mean, if you're still in a place where, okay, like you're working on obviously control around the holidays and just emotional eating, whatever it might be, just don't set yourself up for failure in that sense. You had that one meal. This is how we catastrophize, right? Over the holidays. It's only 4 meals in the grand scheme of things, but not if you bring it home and you have it the next day, then yeah, of course, it's going to bleed into more than one day. And so take the protein home, enjoy and your non-negotiables for the day, and then just know you can move on from it and it will be there again. And I'm not saying you have to wait all the way until Thanksgiving next year, but it doesn't have to be, multiple days in a row to where you feel like you are completely, regressing and not like actually being cognizant of what you're putting into your body at that point. But that was a good point. I meant to say that.
Yeah.
That used to get me. Oh my God. When I was bring the stuffing home. I'm like, nope, don't do it.
Don't put yourself in that situation.
Yeah, exactly.
Tiffany or Donna or anybody, does anybody host the dinner at their house and then now you're stuck with all the food?
Yes, actually I do. I host Thanksgiving. So that's one of the challenges.
Yeah. I
Get
mean,
to-go boxes.
Did
That's
it
what
with
I'm saying.
everybody else.
yes, buy your own container, buy containers, send people home with things, and just try to get rid of as much of it as you can. And then if you feel like, oh, I'm throwing this away, I'm wasting the food, eating it is wasting it too, because now you're eating it and you're wasting your progress that you could be making. So throwing it away is not a waste. Like you've enjoyed it, it's had its time, and now it's time to move forward from it. If you're eating it, you're wasting away your progress versus just throwing some food away that
Mhm.
Gonna be great anyway. Yeah.
That's a good point. Yeah, because we're a big Southern family, so we cook a feast. So there's always tons of leftovers.
yeah, and like 15 different casseroles.
I would
Yes.
seriously buy to-go box. I mean, I'm sure you could get cheap ones on Amazon. To-go boxes, or even just like you could get 50 of those like plastic meal prep containers for like $10. Yeah, or the dollar store. But don't even give them an option. Literally go in the kitchen when everyone's done or sitting around eating. You just fill up all the containers and you give it to them, and then they can do whatever they want with them.
Yeah, if they
But
want to
if you
throw it away, fine.
Yeah. But if you ask people in that moment, they're so full that they're going to be like, no, I don't want to. So just don't even give them the option. Just hand it. Yeah.
I like
And
that.
then, yeah. So I would do that. And I know that's something that my family and I have done in the past because we do not want to take it all home. So that could be a good idea too. And the only thing I would want to leave, because this is something that I'm working on with a lot of my clients, is like reframing your experience. If Thanksgiving does not go as planned, even after this conversation, you need to look at it from a place of grace. It is your first really dive in after being a part of this program. But when you look back, reframe it in the sense of, okay, what am I proud of? Because there's no way you went the whole day without being proud of something. And then what can I do better next time? So instead of ruminating on it and just, thinking of all the negative things, use it as a learning opportunity of, okay, this was more challenging than I thought, and this is what I'm going to do for Christmas now. And so reframing it that way really helps you get pulled out of that rumination state and, that negativity, and just really be like, okay, like I know what to do now. I'm better equipped next time.